Hello and welcome back to Borderlands. It's been a little bit since I last recorded and put some of this up, and that is why we are in a different place than last time. I did record about an hour, and I forgot to take care of something that I'm supposed to with my recordings, with this game in particular, and so it was desynced terribly. The good news is that not a whole lot happened, and it was a pretty dull session to begin with. And that will actually chain into a topic we'll talk about later in this session, regarding Borderlands 3. But we are out of the beginning area, and we're out into this flat plain area, and we are moving to get fast travel. Like I mentioned in an earlier episode, this game is weird in that they introduced fast travel weirdly late into the game. It hasn't felt that late, maybe I was just bad before, but we're just gonna get out and get on our way. But like I was saying, the last session was weirdly uninteresting, and that brings me to something that was tweeted about recently by Randy Pitchford, the CEO of Gearbox, regarding Borderlands 3 and tone. This is something I may make a whole essay video about, A, because I haven't made a video essay type thing in a while, and B, it's something that's relevant to a lot of the stuff I've talked about and done here, and just my interests in general. And that was that apparently Borderlands 3 will tonally resemble 1 more than 2. Which worries me. I haven't been paying attention to the marker. I should probably do that. Because I think it would be hard, you'd be hard-pressed to find a large group of people who would say Borderlands 1 is a better game than Borderlands 2. Oh, the switch is right here. And that's on a variety of fronts. And again, I might make a video essay on this to better articulate my feelings and thoughts on this. Oh hey, I forgot about crawlers. Or scythids. Fucking hated these things back in the day because they're gross and hard to hit when you're playing with a PS3 controller. But Borderlands 1, as someone who's obviously actively replaying it, is a game that feels very flat often. And not great. Like, it hasn't aged terribly well. Keep in mind, when I first played Borderlands 1, it blew my fucking mind. I adored it. And to some degree, I still do. I still admire this game and what it did. That said, Borderlands 2 did everything it did better, including tone and just general narrative. It's not a perfect game. I don't think such a thing exists. Games are a weird art form where so many little factors come into play, or not even so many big factors. Fuck that. Because whereas film, you only have to worry about the visual and audio elements and just the communication of the art, games are so unique in that you also have to interact with the art, and that art interaction has to be enjoyable for the people engaging with it. And I think, while not perfect obviously, Borderlands 2 does what it's aiming to do very, very well. Fuck, I shouldn't have reloaded this early. Oh, okay, now, there we go, just slightly delayed, so now we can use the teleportation. Also, I'm using the fucking elephant hunting gun that you get for killing Skagzilla. I think that was the boss's name. Because I love this gun. That fight was also in the last episode, and it was very, very boring. I might, like, include a little... Oh, fuck, that's a psycho right on me. I might include, like, a little window of some of that fight in the bottom corner. It's not a good fight. That's also part of why I'm not too upset about losing that last episode. That's the wrong button. There we go. Because a lot of it was that fight, which is very boring. It's literally just jog backwards and pump bullets into the giant skag. Okay, this isn't working out. Fuck you. But there's a lot of reasons that Borderlands 2 is a fantastic game and Borderlands 1 is just a good one. And keep in mind, a good one at its time. It has not aged well, like I said. Borderlands 2 still feels fucking fantastic. I replayed it last year with my partner, and it still felt fucking great to play. It's a weird situation, and there's a lot of reasons I'm worried about it. In addition to that, I'm pretty sure 3 writers have left Gearbox in the last couple years, at least since the release of... I was gonna say, what the fuck is that? It looked kind of like a mech, but no, it's just 2 bandit cars stuck on each other on the wall. Great, cool. 3 Gearbox writers have left the company in the last few years since the release of Borderlands 2. Because Mikey Newman and Anthony Birch, I know, worked on Borderlands 2, and Aaron Lindy, one of the writers on Battleborn, also left. And so it just leaves this weird up in the air for me of... I went from being not super worried about what the game would be to being fairly worried. Just because I worry that the team will take too much inspiration from one. And keep in mind, at the end of the day, I want to be clear here. Again, video games are an art form in my view. And that means whatever I think doesn't fucking matter in the long run. If the creators of the art are happy with the art, then they have successfully arted. And that's all that really matters. And that I want to make that very clear. Not I or anyone else who is not a part of that production is entitled to our particular set or design choices of that art. It's just, as a fan of the previous entries, I'd hope that it would be something that I would keep with the trends that I, and I think a lot of other people, based on this fucking sales numbers of Borderlands and Borderlands 2, would enjoy. Were those not patrols? I just killed 2 bandit rondiers. Okay, that's fucking whatever. Do they have to be in a specific area? Also, I think I didn't super listen to that claptrap thing, but I'd assume he was just yelling about more quests being there. Yep, there we go. Oh, Mad Mel! I didn't get that because Mel Gibson was Mad Max for a long time. I get it now. Okay, I need to disengage because I'm fucked up. Okay, I'm out. Bye forever. Bye for fucking ever. I'm just gonna race back here and hop on out before this explodes and kills me instantly. New car time. Let's go with a yellow car this time.
Mounting up.
Why does spawning a new car not heal it? That's really dumb. Can I get vehicle 2? Yellow car. We'll actually get one that is not about to explode this time. That one's still smoking, so I assume it has to fucking heal. The good news is I flipped it so they can't actually hit me with their big weapons anymore. God damn it. The vehicle combat in this game is super good. Again, something that Borderlands 2 I feel hugely improved on. And I want to be clear, all they've said is that tonally, the game will resemble 1 more than 2. Obviously, that's not going to be like, oh, we're going to get rid of all of the gameplay improvements. That's not at all what I'm saying or what I believe they're saying. But I do think narrative is a big part of Borderlands, and Borderlands 2 especially. Because I think part of the reason Borderlands 2 resonated with so many people was because it was fun. Not just in gameplay, but its narrative was clearly having fun. There's a reason that everyone loves Handsome Jack, and like, I couldn't tell you the villain's name in this game. All I know is they're the fucking scrap model for Lilith.
Seriously, I think he's putting bad guys in runners just so you can get on to blowing them up.
Because that thing is, the narrative of Borderlands 2 never... It could handle serious material without taking itself seriously. You understood that Pandora was in danger and, like, bad shit would happen, but it rarely ever completely like shut itself down and was like, this is the grim dark, we have to save the world. Because even dealing with some really dark fucking themes, the game was still enjoyable. Angel, for example, that's a dark fucking storyline. Spoilers for Borderlands 2. I'm gonna go ahead and say that here, just in case you're watching through this series, to be like, hey, what's all this Borderlands stuff about? This is gonna have spoilers, so I'm probably not gonna do any story stuff for a while, but Borderlands 2 spoilers, all the same. But the Angel stuff in Borderlands 2 is some of the fucking heaviest stuff I remember in games in recent years. Like, there is so much not great about that, but it's written maturely and handled really well without sacrificing the tone of the game. And I think that's something that Borderlands doesn't quite do. Borderlands 1 doesn't quite do, in that it's very flat. This whole game feels flat, and like I'd say it's a fairly well-known fact that Borderlands 1 wasn't originally supposed to be cartoony and colorful at all. Like, originally it had this very grimdark realism graphic feel, and like the trailer they released had that same kind of feel. And it feels like the humor and cel-shading graphics were very much a later paint job. And I think part of what makes Borderlands 2 so great is that it feels like all of that was worked in from the beginning. They said, let's make a game that's, first of all, just fucking fun. Like, we have this wacky, fucking insane world, let's make interacting with it fun. And I think I've struggled to articulate my feelings about Borderlands the pre-sequel before, other than I didn't enjoy it as much as 2. And I'm not sure where it sits between 1 and 2, or if it sits between or is slightly above 1, I'm not sure. But part of that for me too is that a lot of the jokes didn't feel like they landed, or it didn't feel like it was having as much fun, so it just didn't resonate as much with me personally. Gameplay-wise, I'd say it's pretty similar, just the loot. I don't know if it was just me or if other people had the same experience where the loot just felt underwhelming. Fuck, that is the that's the wrong button. Can I? Okay, I can still interact with him. That's good at least. Alright. There should be a bounty board around here, I believe. Yeah, well, right there. Oh yeah, we got a fucking bunch of quests. Let's take a look at those real quick, because that is a lot of stuff to take care of. Let's see. Destroy the bandit fuel tanks. Close all the fuel pipe valves around Lucky Last Chance. Ghost of the Vault. Revolve our parts. Kill Mad Mel. Okay, so that's the story advancement. So we're probably going to do that last. All of these are pretty trivial. Actually, no, they're on normal. Only one of them is trivial. Great judgment, me. Let's fucking go for this, I guess, first. Let's go with whatever car is less fucked up. I think, yeah, okay. They're probably both fine at this point, but just better safe than sorry. Let's see, where is... But yeah, that's my feelings, and I really hope that they don't stick with that decision, because that seems like a really poor decision and very unaware of what made the previous games so utterly fantastic. Because I think, I've said it before and I will keep saying it, Borderlands 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. And I have played a weird amount of games. Like, just so many fucking games. And I will stand by that Borderlands 2 is one of my favorite games of all time. Oh shit, we can actually use that. Could actually be pretty nice. Is there... I hear things. Oh, they're probably inside. Caustic shotgun. I don't think that's going to be as good as Sledge's, but this could be pretty juicy. I just want to... Nah, I'm going to stick with the Helix. God, that is some fucking awful noise. We're going to want some crowd control. Oh, no, it's just one of them. Oh wow, that did not touch that fucking gross siphon. Yeah, I should probably switch weapons for this, because it seems like none of my weapons are going to be great at individual targeting. switch off the elephant gun for now. Yeah, there we go. That's much more. Ooh, that's a big boy. I'm just gonna frag out in here. Pest removal service. But like, see, this game is like, all of its side quests lack so much character because they're like, go here, do this, and there's no greater explanation. All of the side quests in Borderlands 2 have some fucking character attached to them, and they define the characters they already had in the series so much better in 2. Like Scooter, for example, in this game is like a funny voice that occasionally comes on, and Scooter in Borderlands 2 is like a character who you become almost invested in. When you see him, you're like, oh, it's fucking Scooter! It's this guy! Like, I really hope they reconsider that choice, or they greatly exaggerate the nature of it, because I think Borderlands 3 will probably be a good game regardless, but I don't know if it will be a fun game regardless, if that makes any sense. I think it's one of the tanks we have to destroy. Yeah. And I think that's an important distinction to make. And again, that goes back to video games as art, as the line there. What is and isn't art? Oh, did I just go to the wrong quest? I think I did. Yeah, I think we're here quest early. I'm pretty sure once we come out here a bunch more spawn? Or am I remembering that? No, I'm just remembering that wrong. Cool! Let's go to the actual mission and kill the fucking... Oh, you're big and gross. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate this thing. Wish I hadn't seen this with my eyes. Oh boy, I hated that experience. Didn't remember those enemies. I think both of us are trying to hit each other and it's just not working. I think I should just, yeah. Don't think that's gonna work. There we go. Finally pin that fucker down. Oh, these are actually the ones I'm supposed to kill. Cool. That worked out in the end, I suppose. I didn't hit it with the tire. Come on. Oh, there we go. See, and again, that's probably something I'm gonna write out more properly so I can articulate my thoughts better. Because I always hate the idea of misrepresenting my arguments or facts of others in general. So